The village of Termalaine wakes under a blanket of snow taller than usual. The houses, built with sturdy logs and sloping roofs, almost seem to embrace each other for warmth. In the heart of the village, the Blazing Chalice Tavern offers a cozy refuge from the biting cold of the outside climate. The interior is a warm mix of dark wood and stone, with a large fireplace blazing vibrantly on one side of the room. Wooden tables are cozily arranged, occupied by village residents and travelers seeking warmth and company. Seated at a secluded table, a young elk, a humanoid race with horns and reindeer ears, is eager to meet the adventurers hired by the Silver Guild for her. Ceria, not older than 20, has chestnut bangs, blue eyes, pale skin freckled with freckles on her cheeks, and a nose that has been buried all her life among library books. She wears heavy, padded wool clothing. By her side flutters a unique porcine-looking machine named Bip-Bop. Zephira, the golden tiefling, with her captivating posture, is already drawing attention from the tavern's common folk with her golden horns, dark skin, and yellow eyes that scrutinize the surrounding environment, while her amber alchemical vials tinkle slightly with movement. Fjorna and Sigrud, the pyromancer barbarians, are impossible to ignore. Their imposing stature and tribal armor attract curious and fearful glances. The tavern keeper, a robust man with a thick white beard, approaches their table, offering each the drink they had ordered. For Ceria, a glass of goat milk. For Zephira, an expensive cocktail with black vapors slowly rising from the surface. For Fjorna and Sigrud, a double glass of amber beer, corrected with the blood of a scarlet salamander. As the warmth of the tavern envelops the group and their fingers slowly begin to thaw, Ceria clears her throat and begins to speak hesitantly. Hello everyone, my name is Ceria. I was born and raised here in Icewind Dale, precisely in Dugan's Hole, the smallest of the 10 towns. I'm an archaeologist, and my father, also an archaeologist, has been missing for about 3 months. He left 4 months ago for a solo expedition since the university no longer wanted to fund his research. The first few weeks I received letters from his white ravens, but these abruptly stopped. I tried asking Dugan's authorities for help, but the Count refused to send men beyond his borders. So I used all the funds I had available to hire you and finance an investigation campaign. I have read your documents and trust in your abilities. Nice to meet you. Ceria clumsily bangs her head on the solid wood table, mimicking a supplicating bow. Bip-Bop emits a slight buzz and makes a small circle around Ceria, almost as if greeting. Zephira smiles with the eyes of someone watching a helpless puppy in the middle of the forest, twirling her cocktail in her hands, and asks, "The assignment mentioned that one of the obligations was to escort you with us, is that correct?" "Yes," Ceria answers insecurely. "I can't just stay with my horns warm while my father is in danger." Fjorna raises an eyebrow. "And do you know how to fight?" she asks. Ceria stammers as she searches for an object in her purse. "Of course not. I'm not an adventurer, but my father and I built a weapon together. It's a lass." The weapon slips from her hands, firing a vermilion bullet at a stool where a stocky miner was sitting, making him roll off. "Well, at least nobody got killed. I'm satisfied," chuckles Sigrud mockingly. "Here, these are for the chair and for the trouble," says Zephira, leaving a bag of copper coins on the counter. Ceria once again rests her head on the table, her cheeks blushing. "Sorry," she says. "I have no objections to bringing you with us, but you understand that in the tundra we won't always have the opportunity to protect you. You understand this, right?" says Fjorna. A light of determination shines bright in Ceria's eyes. "No, don't worry, I won't be a burden." Sigrud wipes the foam from his mustache, then urges, "Anyway, I've never seen trinkets like those you carry. That fluttering thing and that weapon that shoots scarlet beams, where did you find them?" "We built them, my father and I," Ceria responds, eager to share her knowledge. "My father, Professor Irondeer, spent his life studying artifacts beneath the glacial layers of Icewind Dale. Numerous findings testify to the existence of an ancient civilization that was technologically advanced, far more so than today. Many artifacts belonging to terrestrial or flying machinery, robotic equipment, and devices that are still a source of study were found. My father named this civilization the Iron People for their knowledge of metals, but his research has often been dismissed by other scholars as junk from who knows what dwarven society. But it's not." "Bip-Bop," adds the little robot, twirling around. As she speaks, Ceria carefully pulls out a small book from inside her heavy cloak. This was my father's diary. In his last notes, he had predicted the drop in temperatures of Icewind Dale months in advance and was searching for an artifact related to climate change, an energy source that the Iron People use to power their machines, says Ceria, flipping through the pages before stopping on a massive symbol assembled on the paper with wires and metal valves. My father had set off with a group of adventurers here in Termalaine. They haven't returned either. Maybe what he was looking for is nearby? I've searched the locations of Iron People artifacts on maps of mines and tombs, but found nothing. Her voice lowers, laden with concern. The gendarmerie of Termalaine won't help me, and I must honestly say I fear my father has gotten involved with very dangerous people. I don't know who, but I face a wall and my father... I feel he is still alive and waiting for me and I. Her voice chokes. Tears streaming down her cheeks prevent Ceria from continuing. Sorry. Bip-Bop emits sounds that seem to convey sadness. You don't have to worry, Fjorna tells her, offering a stained handkerchief which Ceria accepts without hesitation. From now on, we'll handle it. Your investment will be repaid. We can't guarantee your father's safety. Yes, the old man is probably dead by now, adds Sigrud indifferently. Sigrud, his sister scolds him. But, continues Fjorna, I can promise you that you've hired 2 of the finest warriors in all of Icewind Dale. And if the lady sitting here next to us is as capable as she is arrogant, you're in safe hands. Zephira smiles and sips her cocktail. Thank you, responds Ceria. And you, why did you accept this quest, asks the elk, blowing her nose. Money? Sigrud asks, looking at his sister. Money, replies Fjorna. Money, reaffirms Sigrud. That's it? Asks Ceria. Honor? Asks Fjorna to Sigrud. And a bit of honor, reaffirms Sigrud. After a moment of silence, all eyes turn to Zephira. I need funds to finance my latest alchemical research, replies Zephira, a marketable extract capable of eradicating the icy poison of northern manticores. But to produce a sample, I need exotic and costly ingredients. Ingredients for which you are willing to risk your life? Asks Fjorna. Pardon my barbaric ways, she says ironically. But I need to know better the people I should distrust or trust in times of need. Zephira gives an inscrutable smile. I admit that there is a certain tedium in sedentary life, and I cyclically need to feel the icy wind of Icewind Dale on my skin. This tiefling, I like her, adds Sigrud, shouting. And let's hear it. Do you have a partner? Fjorna puts her hand in his face. Don't start. Then she raises her glass and proposes a toast. Skål? She asks, inviting her companions to do the same. Each with a different tone of voice, they raise their drinks and shout, Skål! In that moment, a strong gust of wind blows the windows open, letting in a wave of snow, and the tavern keeper hurries to close them, muttering to himself, This isn't normal. The weather has never been like this. This winter will take us all. With a carefree tone, as if the matter didn't concern him, Sigrud suggests going to the market to stock up while advising the others to start gathering information in the tavern. Okay, says Ceria. Don't let the merchants swindle you as usual, little brother. Out of spite, Sigrud finishes Fjorna's mug of beer and leaves. Ceria, Zephira, and Fjorna begin questioning the tavern's patrons, mostly miners who, after their night shift in the Termalaine mines, seek relaxation by playing cards and drinking milk with honey before heading home to sleep. Ceria sees worried eyes on each of their faces, as if the warmth of the tavern isn't enough to forget that in recent months, Icewind Dale seemed to have gone mad, with the nighttime hours increasing, temperatures dropping, snow levels rising, rotting the crops, and tundra creatures becoming more feral and closer to the territories of the 10 towns, endangering the inhabitants. A gruff-looking human with a bristly beard and tired eyes shakes his head when Ceria asks about her father. I'm sorry, girl, but this winter is taking something from everyone. Look here. Working in the mines, my good leg went into necrosis from freezing, and this stupid wooden prosthetic unscrews every damn morning. Another adds, I had to sell all my cows, my cabbage crop went bad. I don't know how I'll feed my children. And yet another, my sister-in-law for 40 years went every morning to pick raspberries in the grove nearby. She hasn't come back. We only found her cloak stained with blood. The footprints suggest that it was white wolves. Damn it, they had never been seen so far east of Termalaine. Be thankful they're just wolves, says another. I've heard rumors far more worrying. Some merchants and pilgrims talk about metal monsters that are eating whole villages on the fringes of the 10 towns. Where they pass, nothing remains, only the boom of their steps. The man sitting next to him scoffs, saying that the last is just drunkard's gossip. In any case, no one seems to be of help to Ceria until someone seated near a pillar calls out, "I've seen that symbol," pointing at the diary. Ceria approaches. It's an old tiefling dwarf with skin dark as pitch and deep wrinkles furrowing his brow. His rough, Termalaine dirty hands signify a life spent in the mines. That scribble, he continues, is a sacred symbol of a community of fishmen druids 20 miles northeast from here. They carve it in wood, but the shape is the same. Are they hostile? Asks Zephira. No, they regularly trade with the 10 towns, especially work tools, barley, and dried meat, but they don't speak the common tongue well. You'll need to be patient. What do you want in exchange for this information? Zephira asks again. Nothing. Pneumonia took my daughter away before the climate even started to worsen. If I have the chance to help that girl find her father, that's enough. Ceria lowers herself, takes both hands of the dwarf, her eyes tearful. Thank you. Leaving the tavern, the cold stings the party's cheeks harshly. Little sister, look what I found! Sigrud yells with an excited smile coming towards her. Oh no, what the devil is that? Asks Fjorna. In his hands, Sigrud carries a plump bird, more precisely, a pink-feathered dodo. This is a magical dodo, exclaims Sigrud. An old shaman took a liking to me at the market and offered me at a ridiculous price this majestic creature that produces quartz eggs. Isn't it fantastic? Fjorna stutters a few syllables, swallowing her words with anger, then manages to formulate a sentence. How much did you pay? Sigrud approaches and whispers the figure in her ear. Fjorna's eyes widen, she clenches her right fist, and strikes her brother's temple with fury. You're a fucking idiot! Not too far away, two mysterious figures covered by a heavy white cloak spy on the group. There's no doubt, it's the professor's daughter, says one. The adventurers she has hired seem strong. This will complicate things, adds a female voice. No, I don't think so. Let them move away from the city. We'll continue to watch them from a distance and act at the right moment. The hooded figure opens her hand, filling it with snowflakes. We don't have much time. Soon every race, every city, every nation will be buried. Everything will be covered in white. And then we could reclaim the wings that were torn from us that day. She closes her fist. The snow continues to fall. The snow does not stop.